Hi, I'm Ian Small, CEO of Evernote, and I'm here today with Sahand, who's a senior member of our design team. Sahand has been working on making the tag experience better on mobile. Sahand, what kinds of problems have you been working with?
The biggest problem is a lot of differences in our iOS and Android experiences. There's also a lot of stuff you can do on desktop that you can't do on mobile.
It's clear we should be able to do everything that Evernote lets you do on all devices.
That's what users expect, yeah.
Makes sense. So let's start by taking a look at what iOS and Android do today.
Okay. So on iOS, on any note list, you can tap on the tags icon and you'll see a list of all your tags.
Well, that looks pretty good, but what I don't see here is anything that's a nested tag. What if I'd made a nested tag on my PC?
Unfortunately, this is just a giant flat list and we don't maintain your structure.
What happens if I click on one of these?
If you tap on one of these, you'll view all the notes associated with that tag. The downside is that we don't show you any other tags that would be associated with this note.
So I have no idea what else that note might have on it.
Right.
Well, that doesn't sound very satisfactory. What about on Android? Is any better?
A little bit. You can tap on the hamburger menu and then tags, and you'll see a giant flat structure. And then you can actually see the tags associated with that note.
So things are better because I can see the tags in the note, but I still can't see my hierarchy. So we're making some progress on Android, but still not really where we want to be.
Right.
Okay, room for improvement across the board. So let's start over here. What's a tag kingdom?
The kingdom is an internal term we use for the place where you go to see all of your tags.
All right, what can I do in this?
Here you can find tags. You can create from here and from here. Through the overflow, you'll be able to sort and manage, and you can also pop any of these open to view your nested structure.
So at this point, we're already well beyond anything we have today on iOS and Android.
We are.
That's a good start. This seems to me like a really good foundation for an improvement to the tags design on mobile.
Right, exactly.
Big step forward. So let's take a look at what else we've got.
Okay. So we've got 4 key areas I want to highlight on the note list, on the note itself, navigation, and managing.
All right, let's start on the note list.
So on any note list, you'll see by default we want to display the tags in this pill form, which we think is more clear than it is on Android today.
That's pretty good. So no matter what note list I have, whether it's from All Notes or whether it's from a notebook or a search result, I'm always going to see these tags displayed.
Right, and for any users that don't use tags, you'll see that we just simply don't display them.
Well, that's great. What if I use a lot of tags, but for some reason I don't want to see them on this list?
Sure. On any note list, you can tap on this overflow menu. It'll bring up this bottom sheet. You can tap on view options. This section will expand, and you can actually toggle show tags off.
That seems to me like I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm getting the right default, but I'm also giving users control.
That's the idea.
All right, what about down here in the note itself?
So here, looking at a note, I can clearly see that there are 2 tags associated with it. I can tap on it, and where I'll be able to view these tags.
That's already a huge advantage because in iOS today, I can't see actually what tags are associated with my note.
Yep. We've heard that feedback from a lot of users. On iOS, it's buried underneath note info.
So once I'm in this view, what can I do?
So I can toggle these on and off. I can add new ones. I can also tap on the X on these pills to remove them.
So I have a lot of control. What if I want to make a new tag? What if I actually think there's sprinkles here on these cupcakes? I'd like to add a sprinkles tag. All sprinkles cupcakes are better.
If you wanted to create a new tag, you could simply tap here. Or if you thought that that tag existed, you could search for it. And while you're searching, when you see that there's no result, you could go ahead and create what you've typed in.
Okay, so I've got the best of both worlds. I can either just make it directly here, I can start searching for it, get halfway through, and click on it if I've already found it.
Yep.
That sounds pretty good. What about up here in the nav drawer?
So with navigation, it's similar to Android. This drawer slides open. You can tap on tags to go to the tags kingdom, but you can also tap on this to expand and view your nested tag structure.
So this is very cool because I still have the context in behind. I haven't lost that at all, and if I just close the drawer, I get my context immediately back again.
Right.
It's very powerful. And I see I have the hierarchy as well.
Yes, and if you tap on something like cocktails, you go to a search results page, and I'm viewing all the notes associated with that tag. I can continue to search from here and filter, and I can actually remove this or go back to where I came from.
So I basically get to see all the tags that are on each note. And I noticed the Lumiere has both a cocktail tag and a plants tag. Do you suppose it's a bit chewy?
It is, but it's also really good.
Well, we should have one afterwards. It's taken quite a while.
Sounds good.
All right. So Down here at the bottom, back to the tags kingdom.
Sure. So here we just want to highlight how easy it is to manage and edit these tags. You can edit them through the overflow menu, or you can swipe left to bring up this bottom sheet.
And that's very cool. What can I do?
You could move the tag within your nested tag structure, rename it, remove the tag from all notes, and of course delete it.
So I basically have full management control over my tags in the mobile experience.
Right. It's exactly what our users have been asking for.
That's fantastic. So when I look across all of this is a pretty sweeping improvement in the design of what tags are like in the mobile experience. I know we user test everything that we do, even when it's at the mock-up stage like this. What has the initial response from users been like?
Testing tags has been really exciting. Feedback has been really positive. We're finally bringing the desktop functionality to mobile. We're making the two platforms consistent. The flows are really intuitive, and they just kind of look nice.
That seems like a really good step forward. I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like and what it feels like as we get it into development and be able to get actually working version in the hands of the users. Thanks very much for all this work.
Of course.
I hope you've enjoyed this look at what we're trying to do to make tags a first-class citizen on the mobile experience, and also make a more consistent and coherent experience across all of the devices that Evernote runs on today. Thanks very much for sharing the work with us, and I hope you join us next time, behind the scenes at Evernote.